There it is. Hey, idiot.
Holy shit. Whoa.
Yeah.
What's up, everyone? This is an idiot's guide to sports fandom, a brand new talk show / podcast. You might recognize our faces. I'm Evan J. Thomas. With me, as always, is Dennis Stover. What up, yo?
What's up, man? How are you?
Pretty good. Oh, wait, my Braves hat's falling down.
Oh, I know. I'm going to rock all different kinds of stuff for this show. Like, I'll bring out my Braves gear and
there you go.
Some other stuff. Just being an all-around idiot for sports.
So this microphone's just for show. I don't even think anybody can hear it right
Well, you
now.
can act like you're a comedian. I'm doing stand-up. Sibwits.
A-E-I-O-U. A-E-I-O-U. What brand tonight? So anyway, I just want to start off the show for one moment. We're going to do a moment of silence for the NBA All-Star game.
Sorry.
That's all we needed.
I'm not silent. I think they did their best eulogy. I mean, I guess we're getting right into it. So
NBA All-Star game fucking sucks. Let's just start off there.
It's terrible. It hasn't been something. I mean, Kevin, a good friend who you may have heard us reference on our other show.
Yeah. We are ND Nation podcast, by the way.
Oh yeah, go Irish. Anywho, he sent me he's like, this is when the dunk contest was over for me. And it was the one where Blake Griffin is half dunking over a car. There's like an orchestra on the court. And it's just, it's awful. And it's awful too, because, well, I mean, good for this guy, I guess, this G League dude.
Mac McClung, I'll tell you.
Macklemore. I thought Macklemore was an artist, like a musician.
He's about the same height as Mac McClung.
But Mac McClung. Oh, I thought it was Macklemore. Sorry.
I have seen Mac McClung play. He plays in the G League for the Orlando.
He's obviously not doing that well, because isn't there a D League also?
No.
So he's in G.
No, there's no D.
Where's H? I mean, there's a D League.
Oh, there's no B or C or D.
There is a D League, though.
Is there really?
I think so.
I think it goes right from G League to the NBA. I could be wrong. But anyway, I've seen this guy play. He's actually pretty good. Kind of shocking. He bounces back and forth from the Magic in the NBA.
So he has been in the NBA before.
So he has, but he's made all of his money so far just winning 2 dunk contests.
Why aren't the biggest, why don't we get the Spud Webbs or like these superstar young kids that wanted to do it? I mean, LeBron, did he ever, or Kobe? Did Kobe ever do it?
Kobe did it once.
See? All right, Kobe was the last one then. LeBron never did it, right?
LeBron has never done it. He has been in the NBA 20 years.
Why would LeBron? Well, he doesn't have to do it now, but why wouldn't he have done it like Michael did and Dominique did and Spud Webb and D Brown?
You'd have to ask him. But
hey, D Brown, you got to think about it then. Did D Brown originate the dab?
Ooh, that's
because his dunk.
He literally did do that. And that was what, 1995?
90. It was I was in high school still, because I had him on this stupid little scrapbook.
Yeah,
remember the scrapbooks that we used to make?
We did.
I had Griffey. I had this. Griffey was the best. Yeah. So the NBA All-Star game, the dunk contest is just absolute garbage. The cool thing, I did like that the Steph Curry Sabrina thing. That was cool.
That was next.
That was cool.
So,
but the game itself, and it's kind of shameful too, because one, this is where it's fucked up on these guys. They're getting paid way too much fucking money. But two, they don't even have to play a full 82 games if they don't want to. A lot of them play. I don't even think they play 50 games now. Because this is why I don't watch NBA that much, if at all.
Now they said to be, what did I hear? To actually be up for the MVP or any award, you have to play a certain amount of games. I think it's only 55.
That's pathetic, dude.
I could be wrong. It could be 65. It could be 55. I'm hoping it's more, but yeah, still you can miss.
Oh yeah, by the way, cheers.
And at the beginning, yeah, I was kind of messing around with my beer there.
Yeah, but we'll edit that, you know.
So I have this Oktoberfest. It's an American-style Marzen lager from Solemn Oath, which is a brewery out here in Illinois. Illinois.
Getting a plug, Illinois.
Illinois. So yeah, since there are people that still say it that way.
No, I mean, I live in New York. They do, and I'm like, there's no S. The S is silent, bro.
I live in Illinois and Chicago. You know how it is.
And then people still say
South Side is that still say Illinois.
Unreal.
Anyway,
yes, I just have my vintage is just Bodega Evan Williams, $9. Just gut bourbon.
So I got 6 cans for $12 at Garfield's. So that's where I got mine.
Yeah, good one.
So we were just talking about obviously the
NBA All-Star game.
It's to fix it. What can they do? Or
don't do it. Stop doing the game. No, seriously, stop doing the game.
No,
I can't recall who, but as I was glancing, because I clicked on the article because it was exactly the All-Star game is unwatchable. And that was the headline of the article. And it said the solution is, and I would have to agree, even though I wouldn't say I'm a fan now, like I used to be.
Not at all. You and I, back in the 90s when we first, that's all we did. We lived basketball.
I mean, yeah, it was absurd. Remember Gussius's driveway?
We used to play basketball and dunk contests and dudes' driveways.
It was.
We watched
Saturday. Remember Saturday AM Inside Stuff with Hannah Storm and Rashad. Right.
Fuck.
I know I can't think of his name, but yes, Jordan. It was like him and Jordan were like thick as thieves.
Buddy. Yeah. Rashad. Why do I keep thinking Salam?
Yeah, I know. Well, because it's easy. But that's when the game was. And I'm not doing this glory thing because there's good players and stuff in the game. I mean, to say that LeBron isn't good or Steph isn't good, that's ridiculous. I will say that they should get rid of the All-Star game. And this guy also mentioned in the article that get rid of it because it's unwatchable. The guys aren't trying. There's no defense. And not only that, at least in the back when they would do the All-Star game, it was kind of watchable. They would at least be competitive and they would do dunks and shit like that. All these guys did, I guess they put up 80 some odd threes. Everybody was shooting a 3-pointer.
I watched the last 8 minutes.
That's not fun.
I saw nobody.
That's like watching shoot around.
All they were doing was chucking up threes, handing off for dunks. There was one little back and forth between Luka Doncic and Jokic, where they basically just kind of almost volleyballed it down the court, and then they handed it off to another guy for a layup as everybody else just stood there and smiled. So remember back in the day, and this was like Jordan era. It was Jordan, Kobe, Isaiah, Magic, and whoever it was, where they would do the one-on-one thing, where they would be like, hands on the floor, defensive guy got down, and it was a one-on-one. Everybody fucking backed off, and then they went at each other. And that was fun. I don't know if you remember that year. I think it was with Magic. I think it was Magic's last
All-Star game was when he unretired for that game.
Correct. And that was
Kobe wasn't in that contest.
No,
Kobe wasn't in the league then.
Thought they did one with him later too.
Maybe. I stopped. I started giving up on the NBA then.
But if
when Jordan went to and again, I'm a Spurs fan. I mean, I watched this. That's when I kind of get when Kawhi got babyish and the Spurs let him go. That kind of soured my basketball mood.
Yep.
Because the Spurs they should have won more after that. Why did Kawhi? But he wasn't happy. And, I get it. Personalities mesh. Popovich might not have. Kawhi's kind of introverted and stuff, but goddamn, that motherfucker's good. And that kind of took the wind out of my sails. And then the Spurs went to shit, and now we got Wemby again. I'm not going to jump back on the bandwagon, but if they start playing well, I'd watch them in the playoffs and stuff.
Yeah, but I'll watch.
Early on in the season, they were playing a lot of his games, and I watched a little bit, but still, it wasn't enough for me to get back into I love the NBA again. I don't like the game overall now. I don't want to watch 3-point shooters all day. That's not fun to me. Steph Curry's an anomaly, and he's great, but only Steph Curry can do that. And yes, he's changed the game, but it's also changed the game for worse because now all these pansy asses stand outside the arc and just want to shoot threes, and they can't make them. At least,
So since we're on still the topic, so there was a comment made by Kenny Smith during the Steph Curry 3-point shoot contest. And
he was wrong to say that.
So he made a comment about how it was unfair because she was shooting with the women's ball, but she was shooting from.
No, she was shooting from the women's line.
She was shooting from the men's line with the women's ball.
Well, why would she shoot with the men's ball?
because she's never used a men's ball.
Exactly. His
But
whole thing was the actual line.
If I actually saw it earlier, and it was actually they shot from the exact same line.
Correct. And his whole thing was he thought it was an unfair advantage to her because she should have shot from the WNBA 3-point line.
But that's not what she
Not the ball, the line.
She only lost by 3 points.
That's what I mean. It's like your argument is moot, dude. You sound like, yeah, she was right there. So obviously it doesn't matter. That chick can shoot from wherever. She's like Caitlin Clark.
Speaking of Caitlin Clark,
good segue, huh?
Good fucking segue right there, Mr. Stone.
Caitlin Clark is a G, man, and give her whatever the fuck she wants. She's awesome. Right?
She could never leave in college basketball.
No, she get more money. She can still come back one more year. She'll make more money on NIL in Iowa, of all places, than she will in the WNBA.
I've seen on social media so many sponsored ads already for Caitlin Clark t-shirts and jerseys and broke this record. She's making bucks over in Iowa. But I do have one thing I have to say about a comment that was made about her doing this. Jay, fuck you, Williams. Remember Jay Williams?
What a dick. He wrecked his bike or whatever, his car.
His BS fucking comment. I have it right here written on my
awesome.
Scratch pad.
So he's being sexist.
Yeah. She isn't great because she hasn't won a chip. And then names a half dozen UConn players right after that. What is the difference between the UConn players and Caitlin Clark?
A lot.
The team that they played on.
Yeah. Who's around them? That's just a dumb.
It is a stupid ass question. So the other things coming up were
comment. It's a dumb ass
comment. Patrick Ewing was never great. That means Charles Barkley was never great. Karl Malone was never great. Those guys were never great because they never won. Shut up. And I keep posting this on Twitter every day. The last 4 days I put, today is another fuck you Jay Williams day. And I tag him in it every goddamn time. Because
it's true, man. Fuck you was right. Like, why? I mean, he won at Duke. Did they win a title at Duke?
I think he did. So, he could talk shit like but maybe.
Can he though?
Go wrap your fucking bike around another tree, dumbass.
Right. You should still be playing in the NBA, idiot.
Well, not anymore. He'd be retired.
Well, whatever. I'm just saying, like, good job.
He'd be like Chris Paul. He'd be basically done.
So. Oh, okay, fair enough. But at least he's still being in the league and not some bum-ass analyst saying some dumbass comment.
But Caitlin Clark, man, we cannot take anything away from that woman.
No, you can't. And yeah, she does. Tony Kornheiser said it too. Michael Wilbon too. She does have. I think it was Michael Wilbon. She does have to win. She'll be judged huge on that. But then again, she can come back next year. My point is, that would be like saying, Steph has won, but Steph has also lost. Allen Iverson ever win a championship?
Nope. He went to a final.
Ray Allen, he only ended up winning because he went to that Miami team.
Well, I named off 3 great.
Or was he in Boston? Was he on Boston when they won?
Ray Allen won in Boston.
He was in Boston. Okay, anyway.
He was with the big 3 there. But yeah, there's a bunch of names you could just throw out there that are like, what are you
And he's right. And maybe if she never wins and then she goes to the WNBA and doesn't win, and then maybe you could say something about her not winning at that point because it's like the Dan Marino effect. I guarantee you he'd trade all those stats for a Super Bowl shot.
He's even said
and in her career, which is far from over, if she never won and then you ask her when she's 50-something years old and done playing basketball and you say, would you rather have win a title or have all these stats? I'm sure she'd probably say, yeah, it would have been nice to win a title. But until then, what does that have to do with it? She's still got another – this year is not over with. She went to the championship game last year and Angel Reese and them girls are badasses, and they put it on. But she's probably not going to win this year because Dawn Staley and the South Carolina women are doing their thing, and them chicks are rough. They're good, man. So she might not win this year because my odds are on Dawn Staley, and that team is ridiculous.
So you think if she stays for another year, she is staying in Iowa for sure?
Oh, would she transfer to another? Oh, right. Well, you know what?
Transfer portal is there.
I guarantee you, you know what? If she does decide to come back, some school will poach her, I bet. Unless she's like that good of a, that's the thing they all say, like, oh, she says such wonderful, nice. She's just a champion already because the way she answers the question.
dude.
And it's like, yeah, cool. She carries herself well, but don't that's her character, and that's who she is. But so are other people.
So the tickets to the Iowa Northwestern game a couple weeks ago here in at Northwestern, the cheapest ticket to get in was $395. To get in the door was $395.
They say she has like a little Taylor Swift effect. Like if she creates her own economy wherever she goes.
Segways, man, you believe this?
Woo,
holy shit! I don't know who I'm looking at or talking to, but
is that Ed McMahon you're looking at over there? Hey, John,
Hey now, boys. So we want to do a little
segue
of the Super Bowl, since that was actually almost it's a week and a half ago.
It's okay. This is an idiot's guide.
We don't even have to worry about the game because we know who won. The fucking Chiefs beat the 49ers, blah, blah, blah.
Can I just say it was a shit game up until the fourth quarter?
The first half was absolute trash.
I mean, and honestly, San Francisco, the Niners were getting their ass, man. Kelsey had 0 catches. They were shutting down.
I do have to say, I won $35. And my boy Rick, Rick, won $400 on 2 squares that he because of the 0-3 number.
Good job, Rick.
Man, hell yeah, dude. All right, so you had a little thing. You and I were talking this past week.
All right.
Before this, I want you to say what you wanted to say about the Super Bowl thing.
It's just the entertainment. To me, I really last year, and I said this to you not this past Super Bowl, but the Chiefs and the
Eagles
Bowl. The whole Rock thing at the beginning. That's when I was like, that's it. I'm checking out of the Super Bowl.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Yeah. That is for wrestling. I don't need The Rock to get me hyped up before the Super Bowl. I don't.
I do.
I know. Obviously, a lot of people like it. I'm probably in the minority, which is fine. I can be in the minority in this, and I can be a fucking curmudgeon because it sucks. And I don't want wrestling and football associated at all. Because the next thing you know, somebody's going to become, they're going to, all right, man, after this touchdown, we're going to throw them onto a table. It's just
really fun.
Yeah, well, then I'm sure it's going to happen because kids in 50 years, there probably won't even be football because those kids aren't going to be playing it anymore.
And start beating each other over the backs with them.
So anyway, back to this year's Super Bowl. Yeah. Reba McEntire's great. She can sing and all that stuff, but that was I hate the national anthem anyway. I don't know why we sing it before. It's not required. I think it came about in the 70s. It was never done before. It doesn't need to be. And then another thing too is people get first of all, the national anthem, everyone knows that I think Francis Scott Key wrote it during the War of the 1812 against the British again.
Horribly racist and song.
Thank you. And it's a British, like, just blah, 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 blah. It's still, anywho. And then people also are losing their fucking minds.
We lost all of America after that comment.
I don't give a shit. You vote for fucking Trump and you're going to lose it anyway. So, take that, Americans.
This is why I love Dennis.
Yeah, this is a good show. Our silly little show. We're
supposed to be talking about sports, so the Super Bowl. So you're just talking about the national anthem, Reba McEntire.
Yeah, and then people get like, then there's these people that get fucking out of their minds because before the national anthem is, I forget, the Black national anthem.
Oh God!
And it's like, why do you have a problem with that? Who it's better than the national anthem because at least it's a very melodic and pretty song. And Cheryl Lee Ralph, the first time she sang it in the last year's Super Bowl. It was beautiful. It was a great. She did a great job. So people there's only one national anthem. Yeah, it's like fuck out of here, man. That just drives me nuts. Stop taking these cultural issues. It's you want to be mad. Be mad that The Rock is doing wrestling shit before the goddamn Super Bowl. That's what you should be mad about. Or you should be even more furious because you're in the Super Bowl in Las Vegas, mind you. It's a dome fucking stadium, and these assholes spent money on a fucking flyover that only you saw at home. Nobody in the
or
stadium
on the
saw
big
it.
screen, in the big
Okay,
screen.
cool. But what is the point of watching a flyover, watching it on a TV? It's called a flyover. A fly over the stadium. Not watching the fly play Top Gun before the Super Bowl on the goddamn TV. I seen Maverick. It was idiotic. It's a waste of fucking money. It's just stupid. Just fucking stupid. A flyover in a darn stadium.
Now, I'll tell you what, if you do see a flyover at a regular open air,
it's wonderful.
It's amazing.
It's awesome.
You don't have to do it at every fucking game either.
Every game. And yeah, on next week's show, I want to talk about stop storming the court and rushing the field. You can't have a team that is not an underdog and they beat a team that's maybe number 8 or number 3 and they storm the court. Stop it, man. Stop it. It's not special.
Kids want the experience. They want their TikTok videos. And
right.
That's all they do it for.
I need my TikToks.
Man, drink that bourbon, bro.
Yeah, right?
Lighten up, Francis.
I'm going to go beat women later.
That is not a true statement.
It's not true. So it's comedy, folks. I watched this guy last night. His name was Shane Ellis. If you get a chance to check, it was pretty funny. It was very funny, actually, on Netflix.
Okay.
But yeah, that was my whole rant with the Super Bowl. I'm glad it was cool. I'm glad the Chiefs won. Patrick Mahomes is awesome. But then it's all mired and ruined, and their Super Bowl parade, and then there's a match.
Just gonna bring that up too. That happened on Monday.
I mean, get it together, folks.
Was it Monday? No, it was Friday.
Whenever the Super Bowl parade was, it's fucking ridiculous. And 15 out of the 22 people that were injured were under the age of 11 or some shit like that.
Kids. And it started with a fight between 2 guys and then just escalated. So
and that's because Missouri has these fucking gun laws where you can just walk around just, with the fucking a rifle and just an assault rifle, a fucking AR-15 or whatever they're called now. A military grade weapon, which has no business just being on a street.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're talking idiot sports guide. So, but that was just awful, and that's what's a shame to get overshadow their. Because they're 3 out of 5 years winning a Super Bowl. Patrick. You can't say anything about Patrick Mahomes. That guy is awesome, man. He's awesome
with a very lackluster wide receiving core. Very good defense though. But
Chris Jones or is it Chris Young or
Chris Jones?
That guy is awesome. He's
going to be a free agent after this year. So
cool.
A few other little tidbits. So since this past Sunday was our first Sunday without football, what did you end up doing on Sunday?
Well, I don't watch football on Sundays anyway, so I do what I always do on Sunday. I got stoned, probably drank some booze. I got the show MLB for PlayStation. I've been playing that. Excited about baseball this year. Really excited about
our baseball show in another couple weeks.
Yeah. I don't know if this will be a weekly show, but it definitely be at least a couple times a month or something like that.
We'll see
because it'll be fun. It's just kind of like this. And we'll bring other topics. And I won't always bring politics in it. Just sometimes I get on a segue because I don't have a platform.
We kind of need, even though we're both on the same page on our political issues. We definitely don't need to bring that shit up.
Yeah.
It might pop out here and there. We'd rather show you what we're drinking and shit like that than So
just like I did today, but
I'm sorry. Or who I block on Twitter every day. It's always the same looking type of people. If you get my drift.
Seriously?
My drift.
What do they say?
Oh my God. You don't even want to know.
About ours? Our
No.
Just about you?
No.
Or just things in general?
In general.
Oh.
I'll be swiping through and I see something and I look at their profile. That profile is the exact same profile as the other 5.
Yeah.
Right. Go whoever and the M whatever and all that bullshit. So
yeah.
They have to look for their holy father.
That's why I'm not on that shit, man. It's just that's why I go on my opinion. Nobody wants to hear my opinion. So
there was one thing I wanted to do before we kind of wrap the show up. So we started with the All-Star game.
All-Star game.
Rank our our 4 major sports All-Star games. we're going to go backwards, 4-1.
Okay.
So I'm going to start with my number 4 All-Star game, which would be the Pro Bowl. The NFL Pro Bowl is number 4
Yeah.
all. And the biggest fucking sport in the country, second one around the world, basically. And that's the fucking worst All-Star game.
Worst. I agree with you. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah.
All right, you go next. What's your number 3?
At this point, it would have. Well, I guess the NBA, just because how truly awful it is. And I used to. This was one weekend when we were in high school. We would just from Friday or at least Saturday to Sunday, we looked so forward to it because you had the dunk contest, Larry Bird 3-pointer, and then the All-Star game on Sunday. Why they do it at night is dumb. Do it during the day.
They used to do it in the afternoon on Sunday.
Yeah, it would be in the afternoon because you have better things to do. I got more gooder words than you. You had better things to do because it was Sunday. Odds are you're with your family or whatnot, shit like that. But to have it so late, I think people lose interest. You're not capitalizing on the football audience that you're missing or whatnot. And then it was competitive. It was fun. Jordan wanted to compete. That's the thing. It's like I can't wait to do that topic where we talk about the 79 or 73-9 Warriors and the 72-10 Bulls, because that it proves to me the epitome of what the NBA is. That team lost to the Cavaliers, the greatest team ever. Anyway,
there's just if you lose in the finals. Just saying.
Yeah, couldn't agree more.
So
just LeBron and Kyrie. So NBA is probably my number 3.
And my number 2.
Or wait, number
3. My number 2 is NHL, and my number 1, I'm just gonna go with it. Major
Baseball.
Is the best All-Star game because they actually play. The home run derby to me is a lot of fucking fun still.
You like it still? I don't care for it.
I watch that every year, even though there are times where it gets boring. I kind of like the fact that they did change the rules where they're doing 2.5 minutes and you get extra time if you hit certain goals, and then doing it that way rather than 10 outs. Just because that 10 out thing, like so many dudes just shot their shit early on and just lost it.
Right. I don't like the ML. I didn't like it. It doesn't matter anymore, right? When they were like,
no, they stopped that, and I looked this up because I had a debate.
Yeah, that drove me nuts.
It was after 2016, so after the year the Cubs went to the World Series, because the Cubs didn't have home field advantage, even though the Cubs had the better record, because the National League lost the All-Star game.
Yeah, it's ass.
They had the fucking
that's ass.
Yeah, so that's the dumbest thing. They did stop that starting in 2017, so now it's
good. Yeah, that drove me insane. It is got to be the best one because it's in the middle of the season and the All-Star. That doesn't mean anything to me anymore. I don't think I ever thought it was a big deal. I liked watching Home Run Derby when it was on in black and white. And you'd have like Hank Aaron against.
Oh, who was that show? That was back. That's
the Home Run Derby show for me.
Where they used to play like Ebbets Field and used to have Hank Aaron and like
Hank Aaron against fucking it would be like Roger Maris.
Eddie
Matthews. Yeah, it was awesome.
I mean, you had Willie McCovey.
It was awesome, black and white, and they just happy to be there. It was the ESPN would air it. This is back when we were in high school.
Who the host was back in the day?
Dude, that was in black. That's before us. We were born, Evan.
I know, but Mel Allen did This Week in Baseball.
How about that?
And I don't think I know the guy. We'll have to look that up. So,
you know what we should do one time, even though the MLB network has done it or whatever, or maybe we'll just do it in general. We should do a show where we talk about sports movies and rank our best sports movies.
Oh, we'll do that for sure.
That'd be fun, huh?
Well, you know my number 1.
What, Rudy?
Yeah.
Rudy? I don't know. I would have to
put time. I'm just saying I know mine.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. It'd be hard to argue Rocky.
So there's a reason why I named this show An Idiot's Guide to Sports Fandom.
Yep.
So about the last, several years, Dennis and I like basically the same teams in most sports.
Yeah, we've liked it for a long time.
Those teams actually are not from Chicago.
Yep.
So we're Atlanta Braves fans. Boom.
Yep.
San
Go
Antonio
Braves.
Spurs fans.
Yep.
You don't really follow NFL as much as I do. I'm a Philadelphia.
No, you like the Eagles. I don't really
I
have a favorite
also
NFL team.
like the Bengals and the Falcons.
Right? Okay.
I hate the Bears. And I've lived in Chicago. I was
Yeah.
a Bears fan until 1985, 86 when Buddy Ryan left. Apparently, I have to tell my story to fucking everybody because they want
Everybody.
to know why I'm not a Bears fan.
Right.
But the main thing, one of my main idiots guides, one of my rules that I call it, is these people out there that say you must be a fan of the city that you live in. Those
Right. Or where
Like-
you're from, or the state where you're from, or
like you
whatever.
can't like anything else outside of that.
It's asinine. It's ignorant. It's just
But we'll get
it's
into more another time. But I want to hear like one
Yeah.
of the things that you hear all the time, being in New
Oh,
York.
well, I get that too, because people are always like, "Oh, where are you from?" Oh, especially living in New York now. Oh, I'm from Chicago. Oh, you like the Cubs? No, I hate the Cubs. Oh, you like the White Sox? No, I'm a Braves fan. Oh, why are you a Braves fan? Well, I tell them why.
Yeah, you
Dave
have to have a
Justice.
story on why you like the team. Why is that? Why? do we
My
have to have a
story
fucking-
is because, much like all of Chicago teams, I got so sick of them losing and having bullshit ass owners and not doing anything for the third largest market in the country. So fuck you. I jumped the shark. I jumped the Cubs because, especially after Leon Durham booted it, and they were up. They were up 3-2 or 3-1 on the Giants, and they ended up losing that series
3-1.
3-1, and they lost to the Giants.
Actually, that wasn't Durham. Durham was 84 against the Padres.
Oh, it was the Padres. You're right. The Giants, yeah.
I think it was.
They were just up 3-1. I was getting but anyway, that was the year, and I was just tired of it. And they just always made excuses, a black cat or Steve Bartman or and I just got tired of it. And I really loved Dave Justice. And at that time, if people remember, on WGN had the Cubs, and they were national. This was before how TV is now. There's 4 networks, and you had a couple cable. And then the TBS. TBS was home to Atlanta. Ted Turner owned the Braves. He put them on. Braves were national. You lived in Los Angeles, anywhere, you could always watch the Braves, just like the Cubs. Since I love National League Baseball more than anything, please get rid of the DH. Anyway, that's why it was an easy jump, because they had Dave Justice, and I always could watch, because I would watch baseball to watch baseball then, because I love baseball. If the Cubs were on, I could watch the Braves. It was just an easy choice, and there they were. And then I couldn't help it. 2 years later, they went from worst to first, and then, then they had their run of 14 years. I picked the right team at the right time, I guess. But I'm not looking back.
We kind of have the same story on when we kind of change our allegiances. I was a Cubs fan. I still sort of am. I mean, they're my number 2 team. Atlanta is my number 1 and always will be, just because what they do as a franchise.
Exactly.
But the main person, I liked Dale Murphy growing up. He was one of my favorites in the 80s. He was just a fucking badass. I think did he make the Hall yet? I don't know if he has.
I think he did. I have to look it up. But I think he did.
But the player who changed my ways of actually liking the Braves. My main one was Deion Sanders.
Deion Sanders, man. Deion Sanders, after they won, and he punked Tim McCarver. I still love that shit, man. Like it was yesterday. Bitch ass.
I was sort of a Braves fan before that, but then when I met you, you were a Braves fan and you were a Spurs fan. And we were like, holy shit, this is fucking cool. We got you and I were watching the other team that was on, like you said, you had WGN that had the Cubs, you had WTBS that had the Braves. Yes, I had WOR, which was the Mets.
Mets, WOR.
I have a couple friends who are Mets fans because of that same reason.
Well, that's how I started watching Howard Stern. It was like 88, 89, and it would be on. And my sister and her first husband, Bill, just got home back from the military, and they had this Rottweiler. I remember watching Howard Stern. It was the funniest shit ever. I mean, this was before he was on. I think it was after his WNBC run, but then he was just on this, like, it wasn't anything like he is now. This is before Private Parts and all that shit. It was great.
He was still just doing little shit with a small little studio. So.
Stuttering John was still on the show. I mean, this is before High Pitched Eric and all them cats were on there.
Yeah, before the Whack Pack and all that.
Jackie was still on the show.
So we got on. We started the show because we wanted a little
Yeah, we want to talk about other stuff besides Notre Dame. I always get my blood boiled and stuff,
Notre Dame
especially after this
football on
season.
our other show and when the season starts, but we wanted to talk about something else without ruining the We Are Indie Nation podcast. So we made sense, and I finally came up with the name, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna run with it. Actually, I was gonna do this show with two other guys a few months ago. These two fucks can't do anything right and can never find time.
Of
I'm still friends with them. I just like fucking with them.
course.
Dan and Joe are hilarious. One's a
I
sock.
think they should, if they want it, they should come on too because
I'm
we're
gonna
all
get them
idiots
on.
and
I'm
we're
gonna
all,
get at least
yeah.
one of them on when I can.
Anybody who wants to come on the show and be idiots with us, by all means, please do.
Fucking
And
meatball.
tell us your favorite story about whatever sports, yeah.
It is great because like is it Joe is a Bears and a Panthers fan. Carolina Panthers fan. I'm like, how is that
How
possible?
did that happen? Yeah.
And then
Interesting.
Dan is a Bears fan first and then an Eagles fan second. Like, okay. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't have seconds. I like other teams, like maybe I like the Giants because I think their uniforms are sick, but I'm not going to become a Giants fan.
I like the Bengals because of Joe Burrow. That's why.
Sure. I ain't mad at him. I like I when New England was in their head, I like Tom Brady because I like a quarterback, and that was so I would enjoy watching. I wasn't a Patriots fan, but if they were in the Super Bowl, I was cheering for the Patriots.
I'm like that. I'm Peyton Manning, one of my favorites of all
Right
time.
there, you go. Right,
Wasn't really a Colts fan or
there was a hot minute I think in 1993 or two where I was a Seahawks fan for a little bit because they drafted Rick Meyer #1 overall. But that didn't last long. But that's
And you became a Bears fan when you went to the Bears, right? No.
Yeah, I went back to loving the Bears. No, I was cool. I like the Bears, but I never. Again, another organization. Fuck the McCaskies.
By the way, fuck Jerry Reinsdorf for trying to get $1 billion out of the state of Illinois for a new stadium, which he doesn't need.
That's my roommate says we have this conversation.
Jerry Reinsdorf.
Owners, shame on you, you $1 billion fucks, trying to get the community or the state, taxpayers to pay for your stadium.
Not only that, off. Jerry Reinsdorf has never paid a penny back from the first time they built the new stadium and the $350 million renovations that they did 20 years ago, 10 years after they built it, because they built it wrong.
Yeah.
So you're still now going to try to get another $1 billion after you haven't paid back shit, and you're worth a couple $1 billion to begin with. You're almost 28 years old. Unfortunately, the fucking White Sox. I'm going on my rant right now, so they're going to fucking do it. And unfortunately, the goddamn Reinsdorf kids have to wait till Daddy Reinsdorf passes away, kind of like the Blackhawks did with Daddy Wirtz when they waited till his fucking fat ass, loser ass had to die, so they got a goddamn TV station a week after he passed away.
Excellent. Excellent, Evan. Yo!
Sell the team, Jerry Reinsdorf. Move to Nashville. Nobody fucking cares about you anymore here in Chicago. You've ruined the Bulls. You've ruined the White Sox. Fuck you.
I love it, man. Drop that mic, dog. Drop that mic, man. Seriously. Throw that motherfucker off the wall.
It doesn't matter.
Throw it off the wall, man. That was great.
Oh.
That was really good. It was really, really good. I like that one.
I'm not even a White Sox fan.
But you would be if they would put something out. Well, okay, maybe not. I always like if
my girlfriend Heather.
People will ask, "Oh, who do you like?" I was like, "I'll take the Sox over the Cubs," because I think the Cubs at this point may have. Well, no, I can't. They're right there for me where the Yankees are. Like, I hate the Chicago Cubs.
I know.
Like, I really hate the Cubs. They're fans. They're not the fans that, not the real baseball fans. Like the Wrigley experience is not what.
I know exactly what you mean. I'm going to tell you exactly who you're talking about.
Like they're making this is a. They're more excited about their snake cup or whatever the fuck they're trying to make. Their cup of snake because they're fucking hammered than the actual game on the field. It's mind-boggling.
Little throwback to you and I at a Cubs game. So you and I were at a Braves Cubs game one year. Near the field. We were probably not far behind the dugout, the Braves dugout, and there were two dudes in front of us. Do you remember these two guys?
I want to say yes.
Okay, I'm not gonna say, but they said something to you and me. You turned around and you're like, or you looked at him and go, just go get your goddamn teeth fixed or something like that. I fucking lost. They turned around and they sat down and like sat on their hands.
Yeah. Oh God, I vaguely remember that. Is that what I told him? Go get your fucking teeth fixed. That's great.
Because
Yeah.
we were cheering for the Braves.
Right.
And they're like, fuck you. Like, turn around and you're like, go get your fucking teeth fixed. And you were ruthless. Ruthless.
Ruthless. It's the fucking Braves, dog.
Anyway, I think
Braves.
that's the show for today, right?
That was a good one. Yeah. I can't wait to see the editing you do and see what happens.
Do a little intro for this, put that together.
Yeah.
By the way, we got to pull out our drinks again and kind of cheers up.
See, I had like, have a nice little drink for the show.
Shit, I'm not even halfway through this can.
It's bourbon, dog. It's not,
I know.
It's just a little bit. Just sip it. I'm not drinking 12 ounces of it.
I know what bourbon is. I drank it.
It's good shit.
Yeah, for Dennis Stover, Evan J. Thomas. We do have a new Facebook page. It's called An Idiot's Guide to Sports Fandom, so you can check that out there. We got a brand new logo. Holy shit.
It's cool, too. I love it.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Make sure next week I look better background, have my hair did.
I like the little chill atmosphere that I have.
Yeah, I'm going to try to set up my chill atmosphere. Maybe I'll do the Joe Namath and like wear a fur coat and lay down and do the podcast like that. Just like, Idiot's Guide. Wouldn't that be awesome one week?
But the thing that kind of ruins my background, it's all music and we're talking sports.
That's cool though.
I know.
We're idiots.
I do have the little
Boston fans are gonna love us because weren't they known as the idiots when they went on their run into like Kevin Millar and all them guys?
An Idiot's Guide to Sports Fandom.
Woo! I love it.
So again, thank you guys for listening and watching. I am Evan J. Thomas. He is Dennis Stover. I don't know where you're going to be in the video, but you're going to be somewhere. Right now, you're above me, which is weird.
Yeah,
but that's where you're at. But yeah, till next time, follow us there. Rock on.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Okay. Oh, here, come say hi.
Come on over.
It is recording. Kadeen wanted to say hi because it's not a different kind of program. So Kadeen says hi. Yeah, I know. Right, yeah, man. Anyway, go on. Let's go.
Ready to go? Well, I'll start it now. But I'll throw that in as a little clip at the end, so that'll be fun.